2:51 left in the first. Right side, Whitmore. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Ooh, poked away. Edwards looking for an opening. Outside, DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. And they double up Gobert. Pass to Edwards. Lets the three fly.
Man, that BS. I ain't got double rooted though.
Edwards got 8.
And that's a big-time bailout by Edwards. Knows how much time he has and just gets it off.
The Timberwolves lead by 4. And that one drops. 10 points for him.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And Capella gets it to go.
I like it when Capella looks to score like this, especially when he's got that kind of positioning.
51 seconds left in the opening quarter. Outside Edwards. Fires the 3. Okongwu with the rebound.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Pass to Whitmore. Here's Young. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
He shot 2 free throws in the games, made 1 and missed 1. And Atlanta making a change here. And both free throws good for Edwards. Hawks trail by 6. Young inside. Pass to Gay. Deflects the pass. Here's Miller. There's the drive. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
And so it's the... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. When you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, B.A., dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block.
Minnesota leading by 8. Pass to Shannon. Reed for 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's LeVert. Uses the glass on the layup.
This is all you can do if you're the defense. LeVert is excellent at gutting his way through physical coverage.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Outside, Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Shannon. Over Whitmore. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Shannon's got his first points of the game.
That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
A dynamic finish, then decides
right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks.
That's 2 fouls in as many quarters. He may have to adjust his approach now.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Miller outside. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Daniels. No made baskets yet. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that move. Picks up his 3rd foul. We'll see now what coach decides to do from here.
And Minnesota with some changes. Outside Edwards. Picked his pocket. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's a Kongu. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Daniels. Randall pulls down the board.
Bruh.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
2 on the clock. McDaniel. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Here's Whitmore outside. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Edwards with it. Now Kongu defending. Back to Edwards. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Daniels.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's Mann. And that's good from 17 feet. Now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Hard to leave any player that wide open from that distance.
Here's Edwards. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Pass to Daniels. Picked up by Kongu. It's Daniels with a drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Tons of first step quickness from Daniels.
The Timberwolves lead by 3. Here's Edwards. Takes it inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow, that is awesome to see the small man challenge the big man. Sometimes when you jump, you can be taller than the big fella.
A Kongu high post. And Gobert with a block.
Yeah, the long arms. It's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
The Hawks making a switch here. And Atlanta with possession here. Goes up off the inbound. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Randall outside. Back to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Pass to DiVincenzo. Drains the triple. And now an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, you want to chase him off the three-point line. DiVincenzo able to settle in that time.
The kick out to Young. Fires the 3. That shot off.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead.
ending the quarter up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. More 2K action in just a moment. And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Now Young. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, this team has trusted Young's ability to run an offense, and that includes him finding teammates.
Now DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. They double Randall. Just 2 to shoot. The 3, DiVincenzo. Rebounded by Johnson. Hawks trail by 8. Young inside. And the foul on.
Why here on one circle? Why am I not throwing the ball?
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And Atlanta making a change here. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Minnesota leading by 8. Right wing. Pass to Randall. Edwards with it. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Minnesota shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Outside Johnson. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Edwards. Misses from close range.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Ryan, Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department. And then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Ryan, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
Great hands by Trae Young, and his passing abilities spark the fast break.
Man, Brent, when Trae Young is on the floor, his teams put up ridiculous offensive numbers. What makes Trae a difference maker?
Well, I think Trae's relentlessness as an offensive player is hard to defend. I mean, he's so quick with the basketball. He gets into the teeth of the defense and causes so many problems, BA. He sometimes has those stretches where he becomes an offense unto himself.
Now here's Johnson. 12 points for him.
Man, I'm around that nigga, man.
I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Edwards with it. Tate picks him up defensively. Another miss by Minnesota.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what we talked about at halftime?
And the offensive firepower Edwards is capable of is special. I mean, we are seeing it on full display right now.
Now here's Young.
Bro, what the fuck kind of hop I just do, bro?
And here's Edwards. Pass to Randall. 6 to shoot. No luck on that one. Good D by Kongwu. Hawks trail by 11. It's Tate on the wing. McDaniels with the rebound.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look. Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Nice pass and strong finish. Johnson just powering that one down.
And Minnesota with possession here. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Pass to Reed. 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. From 15 feet away. Minnesota again missing. Hawks trail by 9. Lets it go from the wing.
Bro, what the
Reed with the rebound.
bro, what the fuck is that, bro? I can't be that delayed.
Here's Alexander Walker. Left side Reed. Got a piece of it. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Miller. Minnesota again missing.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range. And
The wrong way.
still, I expect him to make one of those.
The offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. To the inside. Johnson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific move right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Come on now. This kind of powerful finish gets guys going.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from your point guard. What a flush.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Here's Dillingham. And he makes it. Dillingham's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Trail by 8. Young with it. Here's Whitmore outside. And so it's Minnesota up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their play has earned them a nice lead. one they'll look to build on as the game continues. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Minnesota leading by 8. And now let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Rudy Gobert's doing. Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer from Minnesota provided some information, and he told me that after his initial exam, it doesn't appear to be anything major. It's tough losing a player like this near the halfway point of the season. They'll just have to find a way to replace his production until he comes back. Back to you guys.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
And it's rejected. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. 4 on the clock. Here's Alexander Walker. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turnover.
Hawks trail by 6. Oh, it's stolen. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Miller, right side. From behind the arc. Minnesota again missing. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
And no one really crashing down on the backside, a breakdown defensively.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Yeah, look at the concentration. Through contact, Edwards gets the shot off. Just a tremendous fight.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Throw good, Edwards. Here's Young. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Pass to Daniels. Outside Johnson. Launches a 3. Daniels, that one's true.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Here's Edwards. Clock at 6. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And we've seen Edwards grow a lot in the past few years. He has a great understanding of how to put defenders in tough spots.
He does not get the second one.
Unusual for him. He'd been in a groove from the line.
Outside Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
It's good. Edwards, what strength.
You got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. trail by 4. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
What up with you, Gerard?
Randall outside. 5 to shoot. Outside, DiVincenzo. The 3 is up. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Edwards. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Edwards for 3.
They're not shooting threes as well as they did in the first half.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime. That is why Trae Young has the ball.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth.
Yeah.
Randall, good.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Here's Johnson. Johnson on the wing. Outside Young. Over Edwards. Young can't hit. Minnesota in the lead. Now Edwards. To the left side wing. Randall inside. Here's McDaniels. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And the coaching staff enjoying that as Randall is becoming a bit more of a facilitator.
Back to Johnson. Outside Whitmore. Pass to Johnson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now DiVincenzo. Connects from downtown. And now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff.